Let's start maybe from Ravil. Ravil, tell us how are you today?
But not so good. I've come from dentist at Friday, so I have a swollen cheek because I've removed my molar.
Oh my God, you're so poor. Yeah, so
So now I'm
then
on
what
the
about Tim? How
painkiller.
are you?
Fine, fine, good.
Oh. So I hope you're not on pain. Tim?
What?
I mean, I hope you are not on painkillers like Ravil today.
No.
No, great. So then, just to begin with, yeah, Ravil, tell us a couple of words about yourself, yeah, to start.
Okay, I'm a student, but not actually in university, on additional education like Java schools and computer science center. So tomorrow I will show my project. So the full weekend I'm trying my best to improve my Java project, my web server.
Okay, great. Well, then, Tim, how was your week? What have you been doing?
Fine. I was married. I was in my work, and my week was so casual.
Uh-huh. You was married? You
Yes,
you
yes,
had a
yes,
registration
yes,
of the marriage?
yes, yes.
Oh, our
Yesterday.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, so super. Well, will you go for honeymoon somewhere?
What?
Honeymoon, медовый месяц. Will you go for honeymoon
Yes,
somewhere?
yes. We going to Spain in August.
In August. Okay, that sounds really good. Super. Well, guys, that's funny thing that today we will speak about women and only men here. Yeah. So, does every one of you have the link for the presentation?
Yes, I have.
Tim, do you have the link for the presentation?
No, I use iPad on the iPad.
Okay. So then as usually, I will disappear. I will open the presentation. Yeah, so you can see it. Great. Does everyone see the presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So then, the question that makes everyone crazy. Women, who are they? Who knows the answer? Tim, you just married. Tell us. Maybe you know. Who are women?
They are interesting. They are beautiful. They are. I don't know. Oh.
You don't know. Okay. Ravil, what about you? What do you think about women? Who are they?
They are a big part of our world, of our life, and the people too. It's a nice part of the humanity or population, or how to explain.
The big part of world, yeah? Okay, very good. Now, next situation. There are funny quotes about women. Quote number 1. Call a girl pretty and she will forget it in an hour, but call a girl ugly and she will remember it for the rest of her life.
Yes.
What do you think about? Tim, agree, disagree?
I agree.
100% agree?
90%.
90%. And what about 10%?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, Ravil, your idea?
I agree, but I think it's a it applies not only for women. So women, some guys some guys remember something bad compliments for the rest of his life too.
Okay, very good. Now, there are two more quotes. For example, quote number 1 under where we have blue shoes. So don't waste your time, your best heels with someone who deserves a flip-flop. Flip-flop — это сандальки. So, well, you are not girls, that's why maybe it will be difficult for you to understand, but what do you think women mean when they say that for you I wear heels and for somebody I wear flip-flops? Guys, any ideas? Ravil?
Nothing. Blessing on the bad heels.
No idea? Tim, do you have any ideas?
I don't understand what does it mean.
So, don't waste, не трать your best heels, свои самые лучшие туфли на высоких каблуках. For somebody, для кого-то, who deserve, кому достаточно, that you will come with flip-flops.
Yes.
What do you think about it?
Interesting idioma.
Idioms? Why?
Maybe it's true.
Does your wife go in high heels or does she use flip-flops?
What?
Does your wife go on high heels, на высоких каблуках, or she use flip-flops?
She use high heels and flip-flops together. Sometimes чередует, постоянно меняется, там что-то, да.
She change all the time, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good. So then, next story. If a girl has the right pair of shoes, she can conquer the world. Ravil, what do you think? Conquer, завоевать. Do you agree?
I know. No, I disagree because I think shoes is not the main part of women. But shoes is not part of women. And if it helps for Marilyn Monroe, as we can see, but it's not work for the all women.
Okay, good. Tim, what is your idea? What do you think about Marilyn Monroe's word? Tim, switch on the microphone. Включите микрофон, вы выключили.
Marilyn Monroe? Что значит? Не совсем.
She said, она сказала, that if woman has right shoes, если у женщины хорошие туфли, she can conquer the world. Она может завоевать мир. Do you agree?
No, I don't. I disagree.
Okay.
Shoes don't mean something for me, I think.
Main stuff. Okay. Well, then let's come to some more maybe serious topics than shoes. Let's think about stereotypes. We have stereotypes about male, мужчины, and about female, женщины. So, to begin with, just let's have a look at first, dominant and submissive. So, male should be dominant and women should be submissive. Доминантный и подчиненный, yeah? So, Ravi, do you agree with this stereotype?
But as you say, it's just a stereotype, so sometimes it's right, sometimes not. And it's not depend from male or not depend from the sex of people. It's depend from the human, from his character, something like this. So sometimes, but it's how to explain? I think today it's just a stereotype rudiment from
from the past?
From the past, yeah.
Okay, by the way, finally we've got one more lady, Tatiana. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
How are you? How is...
I will
no problem.
I search for a link for this meeting. I'm well, quite well, thank you.
Okay, so today we are speaking about women, and we have here Ravil and Tim, okay? Yeah? So, do you have the presentation link?
Yes, I have.
Good. So, let's go then. We are talking about women and men stereotype, and we are talking that women are submissive and male are dominant. What do you think about it, Tatiana?
What does it mean, submissive? Weak?
Submissive – подчиненные, and dominant – те, которые подчиняют.
Now we live in a manner world. And so, of course, before it was a correct stereotype, but now I think that situation changes. And not all women are submissive, and not all men are dominant. No.
Okay, great. Now, Tim, your word. What do you think about this stereotype?
I disagree, but my wife sometimes will be dominant.
Okay, so she's from old school. Алло, Tim.
Yes. Что?
She is from old school. Она придерживается классических правил.
No. She not submissive and not dominant. I don't know.
Okay, great. Now, let's make it a little bit maybe interesting. So just look through the stereotypes and choose some stereotypes that you really agree with or really disagree with and comment on them, yeah? So who is ready? Who can start? Ravil, Tatiana?
I think the analytical and intuitive. I agree with this stereotype, but I do not have any proofs for this, but I just believe for it. I think the women more intuitive than men, but disagree. I can't find now. Maybe dominant and submissive, and not comment. Maybe independent and dependent, because depends from what or independent from what.
Very philosophical ideas. Well, Tatiana, let's give you a word. What you agree with and disagree with?
I see, look through these two columns and see that in the first column for men have only positive characteristic, and female only negative, and they are weak, emotion, unintelligent, and so on. And I can say that both a man and men and women can have the same quality. It's all depend on personality of this person.
Okay, good. Oh, Tim left us, so that's only two of you. Well, then, guys, we are moving on with you, and we will come to our classes scheme. We have 10 questions. Yeah, I want you to ask each other this question and maybe to respond. So when you agree, you ask. When you disagree, you also respond. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go. Ladies first. Tatiana, start.
Okay. Just a moment. Ravil, what is the most annoying thing about women?
I don't know. It depends from the concrete woman. So, how to explain? But for example, maybe long phone talks.
Tatiana, do you agree with this? That it is the most annoying thing about women?
Yes, maybe it's it's true. The part of true.
Okay, Ravil, your question.
Okay. Tatiana, how would the world be different if all leaders were women?
Rulers. Tatiana, what do you think? All presidents, all generals, all army officers, just women?
I think that our world will be more have more better social conditions, because women usually are very good in creative a good house and to keep this warm house, and we would have less maybe not at all warmth, and spend not so money on military, and put this money in more peaceful projects.
That sounds really great. Ravil, your idea, agree, disagree?
Okay, yes, I agree. Yeah, I just agree.
Okay, super. Now choose your question and ask who? Ravil, what's about you? Ask Tatiana something.
Okay, Tatiana, who was the greatest woman in your country's history?
Think was the greatest woman in Russian's history, maybe in Austrian history.
No, we know that, for example, our queen, the Ekaterina the second, the great, and she has this word in her name, and maybe also I can add to this list. Also, Ekaterina Fultsova, she was a Ministry of Culture in Soviet time, and she did a lot of useful things for our culture to develop it. And she was only one woman in our Soviet government.
Okay, it sounds really great. Ravil, what do you think about great women of history?
I can't agree with about the Russian history, because in my school the main part of history lessons was the history of Kazakhstan. But so yes, I agree, and that's all about.
Oh, tell us about Kazakh history. Do you have famous women?
Yes, it's have. For example, the Tamerys Queen, it was in the 15th century or 14th, I'm not sure, who was the leader of Kazakhs, and he won some of the war. I think it was war between Kazakhs and Jungars, but I'm not sure now. But in the modern history, maybe the wife of our president, she put a lot of time for благотворительность, как будет, я забыл.
Charity.
What?
Charity.
Maybe for charity and helps for children with something with ill or not healthy children in the country. Like this.
Super. Tatiana, you didn't ask question. Let's give you the word. Ask.
Okay. Which country has the world's most beautiful woman?
It's a holy war question. So I think it's I think beauty is not country dependent or something geographically dependent. But if we ask about quantity, what's the most yes, what's the most beautiful? I think the country that have the most popularity. So I think it's China.
Most population.
Yes, most population.
Okay, good. Oh, Tatiana.
But you know, the quality is not the same quantity.
Yeah,
I
guys,
agree
quality and quantity. Tatiana, by the way, what do you think? Which country has the most beautiful women?
Of course, it's Russia.
Russia or Soviet Union?
Yes, it's Russia and other Slavic countries.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Well, who'd like to ask the question? Tatiana or Ravil? Who is ready? Ravil. Oh, Tatiana. Tatiana, yeah, let's go.
David, how do you think, what are women best at?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not sure, but maybe in the explain.
But can I ask you, do you have a wife?
No.
Or girlfriend, and what is she best at?
But my last girlfriend was the best in the cooking and like housekeeping. So, but I don't want to say about this. I want to explain the like уют или что-то вроде такого. Не знаю, забота.
Comfort.
Yes. Okay. So I think the women best at the house comfort or something like this.
Well, Tatiana, you are actually happy today. You ask questions that make our men blushing. Okay, Ravil, ask Tatiana something.
Okay, Diana, Joseph Conrad said, being a woman is a terribly difficult task since it consists principally in dealing with men. Do you agree?
Oh yes, I accept. I agree with this statement. To be a woman, it's very hard work because, as I said before, we live in a mean world, and it's very difficult for us to compete with men in many professions, and also because there are a lot of stereotypes in our society, and also we need to be beautiful all day at night, and to keep our body in fit, and to care not only about ourselves, about our family and our husbands and boyfriends, and to check if everywhere is okay, and so I think we are responsible for this world.
Okay. Ravil, do you agree with Tatiana's word?
But I think it's not only for women and for men, it's too to be fit, to keep everything it's okay and compete and so on. But I can't say it's hard or not to be a woman because I can't compare. So I was born like a man and I will die like a man.
Okay, compete. Yeah, guys, compete. You're good. By the way, anyway, everything can change in this world, yeah? So, then, who'd like to ask next question? Who is ready? Tatiana, maybe you?
Okay. Ravil, what comes to mind when you hear the word woman?
But now, because I am studying of computer science center and the curators of these centers and managers are women, and they do a lot of work for this center. So now I associate this about the curators or managers. But I think it's personality for me, or not for other men more.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch up. Where do you curator?
I'm a student, so about my center where I study, all the managers and curators of the centers are women.
Not curator, supervisor.
Supervisors?
Okay. Okay, good. Well, Tatiana, what about you? What comes to your mind when you hear word woman?
Woman, in my mind comes associations like beautiful, children, house, clothes, makeup, and something like that.
Okay, good. Well, Ravil, your turn to ask questions.
Harriet Beecher Stowe said, "Women are the real architects of society." Do you agree?
Society. Tatiana.
You know that our society consists of small pieces, and bless you, and and one of these pieces, and the smallest of these pieces, it's a family, and usually architect of this family, it's a woman, and she's responsible to keep a warm in house, and to build this to save their family in together, and usually they do the most part of work about children's and our housekeep, and yes, and they are responsible for saving of these small units of society.
So your main point that the family is a little world, isn't it?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So the woman is architect of this little world.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
I strongly agree.
Oh, good. Let me correct you something. Women, yes, a woman, but women, and a child, but children. We don't have children. We have children. Okay, good. So, Ravil, you had the last word. Continue the conversation.
Okay, I think all questions was asked.
So then let's skip to slide number 5.
Okay. One of the holy wars questions. Tatiana, are women and equal to men?
No, I think we are not equal. We are very different, and but all of us are good in the different things and deals, and Yes, and all of us the best in their part of
So
society.
it's not correct to compare women and men.
Yes, I think yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, good. Tatiana, your turn.
Are women clever than men?
Ravil.
It's not depend from sex. It's just it's a personality. So I think I saw a woman that clever than men and the otherwise. So I think we can't compare the intellect and the just mean clever.
Okay, Tatiana, your ideas? Who is more clever? Who is cleverer, men or women?
I think yes, it depends on the field which we consider. If we take, for example, technical science, of course here men clever than women. But of course there are some exceptions. And you know, for example, Marie Curie, she was a very clever woman, and she is a Nobel laureate in winner, yes, in Nobel Prize. And if we take general relationships between women and men, I guess that maybe women are more clever and how to say tricky. Tricky. They become more. Their mental maturity, mental
maturity.
Mental maturity is they became mental maturity earlier than men.
They got mental maturity earlier.
Yes, so maybe men and women at the same age, if we compare, in this case, women are clever than men.
What's a mental maturity means? I just don't know this word.
Психологическая зрелость.
Okay, I think I strongly agree with this point.
Okay. Well, Tatiana, if we continue the topic of mental maturity, yeah, what do you think is the age for women when we can go, yes, she's not a child anymore, and what is the age for a man, then we can say that he's a really mature man, he's not a boy?
Maybe in high school, girls have very high level of mental maturity, but some boys, some men stay boys until they retire age.
I think it's for me.
But of course, there are a lot of exceptions of these rules, but they just prove this rule.
Okay, Ravil, what about you? What do you think?
For me, I am still feel me like a boy, so I agree about it.
Okay, good. So then, Ravil, let's ask a question from Tatiana.
Tiana, what's the greatest woman do you know?
Without the country, just the greatest woman.
Oh, it's a tricky question. I don't know. If we consider, for example, a modern society, I select maybe Angela Merkel. Because she is a head of a very development country, she is a counseling of about, I don't know, maybe 8 years, and she had 2 or 3 voids, and she kept her position. And we also see that Germany now has a strong economy, and this country one of the leaders of modern world. And but she's very smart because she has no special internal beauty, or maybe she doesn't have any very interesting speeches, but she just does her work, and she does it very good. But of course, she has a lot of critique. But I guess to be on this position so long, it requires a very hard work.
Okay. I
Your
just
idea?
don't watch news, and so in politics I know only 2 women. It's English Queen and Angela Merkel.
Okay.
Yes. Now I remember. Yes, you are right. I'm a big fan of Elizabeth II, and so yes, maybe. I also. I did not do a mistake about Angela Merkel, but of course, the Elizabeth II also is a very powerful woman of the modern world, and I respect her very much.
Okay.
Ravil, who do you find the greatest woman of the world, current world?
In my opinion, or what?
Yeah, your opinion. Who is the greatest woman? Not just Elizabeth or Merkel. Maybe you have, and maybe actress. Maybe I don't know, somebody else.
Tatiana just said that the family it's a little world, so I think it'd be good to mention my mother. But in our Earth, I don't know because I don't interest in politics. And the English Queen Elizabeth is just associating for me from Sex Pistols songs, God Save the Queen.
Okay, very good. Maybe you know some famous actresses or some famous writers who really changed this world. Or some programmers, maybe women programmers, women hackers.
By the way, the first programmer was a woman. It's Ada. I forgot its last name.
So the first programmer was a woman, yeah?
Yes, she makes the first program, but it's not. It was, I think, early 20s or the late of 19th century. It's not computers, so it was the first like this perfor cards for machines that knitting something I can't explain.
Okay. For work, for plant machines, заводские
Yes.
machines. Okay, good. Tatiana, let's ask something tricky.
What common characteristics do all women share?
What do you think?
What does it mean? То есть какими характеристиками женщины должны делиться или что? Я не совсем...
Обладают. Share, в смысле, все женщины на Земле имеют одинаковые характеристики.
I can't agree about this point that all women have the same share, because it was the so sad world, so grave, where all women was the same. So I think the all women is different, and it's a very good for whole world. It's so nice, and I don't think the common characteristics. I think it's not a good point for have the only or commons only common characteristics for share something like this.
Okay, Tatiana. Do women share some common characteristics in all the world? Is there like talkative, greedy, I don't know, extravagant, soft?
Yes, all women are different, but we just use some stereotypes that we are not all all women may be beautiful, but all of us are pretty. I don't know how to say. Pretty. We can't. I forget all adjectives. Yeah.
Maybe in Russian I will help you.
Очаровательные.
Well, we are cute.
We are cute. We are cute. We are cute, funny, and yes.
Okay, great. Good. Ravil, your turn to ask questions.
Tiana, somebody said that arguing with women is like being arrested. Everything you said will be used against you.
Tatiana, what is the idea? Arguing with women is like being arrested. Everything you said is being used against you.
I guess this is a statement about our logic, that women logic is very specific, and we can consider maybe our reaction on some facts will be very extraordinary, and we can turn the situations completely in other position, and so it's bad idea to спорить,
to argue
with women. And usually women they give so strong argument that she will be completely right in on her point of view.
Ravil, what can you say about it? You try to argue with women, so give us your man point of view.
I think the women have one of the touchdown when they say "Ой, всё."
So this is the unarguable point, yes? Ой, всё.
Yes. It's an unarguable point, and you think that your opponent win.
Okay, Tatiana, ask something.
Ravil, are women from your culture luckier than women from other cultures?
Cultures. Actually, you can compare, for example, Russian and Kazakh women.
But lucky in what's the dom in what kind of domain they are lucky? I think the luck it's a quality not of woman and culture, just something mental or something personality. It's not depends from sex.
Okay. Well, in this
So
question,
if
it means.
in answer the question, I think not. Where the women from my culture don't lucky or unlucky from another cultures.
Okay. Actually, Tatiana, you can compare Austrian women and Russian women. What do you think about their luck? Their fate. Let's speak not about luck, let's speak about fate, судьба.
I should say that unfortunately Russian women are more unlucky than, for example, other European women, because you know that in Russia there are more women than men, and according to statistics, and our Russian women should be in competitions. According our famous song, only 9 men for 10 for 10 women, and usually we should be and usually women in Russia have more difficult life in family, in society than in European countries.
Okay. So then, according to these statistics, the Chinese women should be the luckiest because there are 70% of men and only 30% of women in China. So do you think that the Chinese women are really lucky, Tiana?
No, here is other reason why maybe Chinese women not so lucky. It's a economical factor, and if we compare just a society, maybe it should be a good well-being, more men than women, and a good statistic in this, and so maybe only in these cases women can feel more lucky.
Okay, that really sounds great.
Now it's not about lucky but about happiness, something like this. But I think it's not depends from the society and country. It's something inside in you. It's only personality.
Yes, but we have environment around us, and it also make difference in our lives.
So Indian women, it's more happy because it's Buddhism.
Maybe.
Well, yeah. Actually, I agree with both of you that it depends not just on the society and the culture, it also depends on the psychological mood. Yeah, you're quite right. So if you want to be lucky, you will be lucky everywhere. Yeah, if you don't want to be lucky, you will be unlucky. Good. So who'd like to ask one more question? There are something else left?
Okay. Diana, someone once said God created man before woman, but then you always make a raw draft before the final masterpiece. What
Final
does
masterpiece.
What do you agree?
Yes, I agree. I agree with you saying. No, but maybe I'm not objective because I compare only one side of barricade, and but
No, thanks God, we both are on the one-sided here. No, like man, woman, woman, man.
Yes, I really think that women, of course, they have more how to say совершенный.
Perfect.
More perfect body. More perfect. More they are clever, tricky than me.
Tricky.
And, yes.
So we are masterpiece, yes?
Yeah, masterpiece.
Okay, so let's ask them drafts. Maybe. Do you think that men are drafts and women are masterpiece?
But I think it's something like a not joke, but something like this. It's I like this point, but I can't agree or disagree. I just laugh about this.
Okay, great. Well, guys, then there is one more thing. If we are coming with you to the stereotypes, I want to discuss with you. Let's have a look at this picture. Yes, I will be ready in 5 minutes. When boys says this, when men says this, and when women says this, I will be ready in 5 minutes. So is it exactly the same? And what is 5 minutes for us and why? Let's start from Tatiana. What is women 5 minutes? And when we say this?
Women usually need more time for preparations to yes, it's true, and but because we want to look perfect, we just spend time for nothing. We improve this world. Yes.
Okay.
So we do a good deal.
Okay, good. Ravil, what do you think? When man says I will be ready in 5 minutes, being in a bar with friends.
I think everybody lies. So if I, for example, but I don't know why. For example, for me, somebody call me and ask where and in what time I'll be in the place. In the truth, I need 15 minutes, but I say, okay, I'll be in 5 minutes. Why? I don't know. Because the phone helped me for lie or what. And I think maybe it's not exactly the same, but it's not only with this I'll be ready in X means we not only divide in men or women, and we can divide it's a phone calling or the eye-to-eye meeting or maybe the text chat speaking. I think the answers will be different.
Okay, very good. So then, by the way, do you know this quote? I will be ready in 5 minutes. Stop calling me every half an hour. So, who do you think is it more about men or about women, Tatiana? I will be ready in 5 minutes. Stop calling me every half an hour. Do you think it's true about men or it's more true about women?
Maybe it's about women. Because we usually promise that we will be ready in 5 minutes, but for sure we spend more than 5 minutes, maybe half an hour for preparations and to get somewhere, and usually women are late for dating and for meetings. But men in this case more organized. If they say they will be in 5 minutes, maybe maybe he will come. in
Uh-huh. Okay, let's ask about this maybe, Ravil. Ravil, if you said in
But
5
I
minutes
think
you...
just a funny stereotype. But I have never called to girlfriends every half of hour.
Okay, good.
But
So
yes,
then,
sometimes girls comes late. But exactly men's too.
okay, guys, then there is one more fun. Let's have a look at this picture. How do we see ourselves in the mirror? Slide number 7.
Mhm.
So who'd like to comment?
It's true.
Tatiana. Ravil, is
It's
it
true
true?
for me. When I look at the mirror, I see myself in this point.
You're quite... well,
It's
what about
clear
your
true.
man friend? Are all men like this? What do you think?
I'm not sure, but about my girlfriends, they think that they when they look at the mirror, they looks like at this picture.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I don't know what think my friends men, but our friends that girls, it's true for this or
For the situation, yeah?
yes for this situation.
Okay, Tatiana, your point of view?
I can say nothing about the right picture, but I completely agree with left picture about woman. And usually when I see in the mirror, I feel like this. And a woman usually never satisfied by their body, by their figure, and usually uh, they sit on diet,
They are on that.
diet, put on the weight, and usually spend a lot of time to not maybe they don't do nothing, but they like to discuss this problem between with their friends, and also watch a lot of videos about how to decrease their weight.
By the way, I think the boys sometimes don't satisfied of his body too, but they just don't say about it and don't discuss it in friends. And so boys don't say, "Oh, I'm so fat," and so on.
Okay, good.
And
Well,
usually it's can I add and one funny
yes.
funny moment about women, that usually when we like to discuss our body with our friends, but if they agree with us that we look awfully, they we are
They're not
very
our friends anymore, yeah? So we discussed that we are fat only to hear, no, you are not fat, yeah?
yes.
Okay, well then I'd like to finish up with the funny proverb, the famous proverb, behind every great man is a great woman, yeah? This is classy. And there is the variation, the modern variation of this proverb is this one. First of all, behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes, yeah? And the second variation is, what does this quote says about it? It says that we should stop wasting our time and we should find a woman to be great. So, which of this proverb would you choose, classy or one of this variation, and why? Ravi, let's start from you.
I'd like the right picture, the left picture, and I think it's so funny.
Huh?
But I think it's a good proverb, but we can sometimes we can check it, because we don't know what's behind the great man. Maybe woman, maybe lucky, maybe something else.
Okay. Tatiana, what would you prefer?
But in the Kazakh
yeah.
language, the Kazakh folklore, maybe it has the same proverb. So I think maybe it's true.
Okay. Well, Tatiana, which do you prefer? Classic proverb or one of this variation, funny variation?
No, this is classic proverb. And yes, we know a lot of examples, especially about presidents and very politicians, and we know them maybe not mostly about what they do, what they did exactly, their political decisions, but we know very good the women, and also I will mentioned in the beginning of our lesson, wife of their president, and she's also a person who makes difference, and also there are a lot of famous examples of this proverb, and I completely agree with it.
Very good. And what do you think about this proverb that behind each man is a famous is a woman rolling her eyes? Rolling — это пялить глаза, yeah, закатывать глаза. So do you think that it is so common of women to roll their eyes or to like look in the sky? Ravil, what do you think? Roll about the women rolling their eyes?
I don't know.
This is this funny example of yours, like, ой, всё.
But it's not only the great men, so it's the all men, I think.
Okay, Tatiana. What do you think about these women who are rolling their eyes?
I think that women use this this trick for their purposes, and
Yeah, we are.
because we are very clever. And so it's only a tool in our hands.
Okay, good. Very good, guys. Super. So then I'd like really to, first of all, to ask you, what do you think about today's meeting? How do you like it, and what was the most interesting? What are your ideas?
The one of main point today was first my experience in working with Google Hangout, and the first experience with speaking class, so I like it, and I'll try to connect on the next classes. So, and I want to thanks both of you and the thanks team, but it's late, or it's leave. Oh.
He left here, he left.
Yes, he left.
Okay, Tatiana, what are your ideas about the meeting today?
I think that we have today good meetings because we have equal men and women, and we discussed, we shared our opinions, and it was interesting, and also I liked some of these funny pictures, which express our woman and being. And thank you very much, Ravil and Maria, to be here, to having out today.
Okay, great, guys. So I'd like really to thank you for the coming, and it was a great discussion. That's super. That it was, like mature discussion. No shouting. That we. And it will be great if you comment on the meeting. Yeah. If you have any wishes, if you have any, I don't know, offers, what you want to talk about next time, you can also write in the comments. Yeah, we will think about it and we will create some meetings. And then I'd like to wish you a great week, great evening, who has evening, yeah, and hope to see you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye. See you.